All right, I am here. It's a little bit before 1. I think I figured out my camera why it was going sideways, so yay for me. We're going to just wait a few more minutes. I hope y'all can see that. I've got the lighting. Let me turn my light on. See if that helps. I've got the blinds set up, so hopefully we can see what's happening here. There, I think that might be a little bit better. We're going to do this card. Hopefully it's not upside down. Okay, we'll just wait a couple of more seconds until everybody gets on. So let me flip this. Probably needs to go this way. And we'll move that up there. And that way you all should be able to see that, hopefully. And it won't be crooked. All right. So we're going to wait just a minute. We see a few more people coming on. And then we'll get started. All right, just wait a few more minutes. We'll get started. I think this is a fun card. I hope you all enjoy it. I'm just trying to find my sentiment. I'm going to change it up a little bit here. This is a fun card, and it's such a cute card. It really does give a wow factor. I'm so glad I finally figured out my camera. It only took me like 6 months to do that. Oh my goodness. A 15 or 20 minute delay. Oh, they're jazz hands. I love finding all of these cards that are different folds and different openings. I think it's pretty exciting. So don't forget, if you haven't already checked out the clearance rack, they loaded a lot of items yesterday, which is, they're not already gone. They probably are. I'm going to try to slide this paper over a little bit, get it the right direction so that you can get a better picture of it. And one thing, we'll go ahead and get started. It's 3 after 1. If they come in late, then they can just pop in and watch us. Welcome to those of you that are on. And I'm hoping to do these on a weekly basis. I did send out my newsletter yesterday. If you are on my newsletter, then you would have seen that I will be gone for about a month, leaving early May, almost a month. If you're not on my newsletter, then click the link on the Facebook page, and that will sign you up, and that'll keep you up to date on what is taking place in my crafting world. And you'll also receive tutorials that are exclusive to my newsletter customers. It's only for you all. Nobody else gets those. So, all right, what we're going to do today, oh, one thing too, when we get done, if you don't mind, make sure you leave comments for me. I'm not going to try to read them while I'm doing this because it will just throw me off until I get better. But leave comments, and if you also will share this, then I will go back at the end of the day. I'll respond to your comments, and then I'll send out some grab bags. I'm going to put together items that are getting ready to retire. So you may get a stamp set with some designer series paper. It could be tassels or buttons or whatever. So share the love if you don't mind. That would be marvelous. The more the merrier. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make this card, and I just love these fun openings. If you can see, this is using the Thick Whisper white cardstock, and then I'm using powdered pink. And then one of the, I think this is from that Love paper that's got the weird gold and pink and all of that. So I wasn't too keen on that particular paper stack, but I did like this particular, this cardstock here. But the way that this works is when you open the card, let me get my fingers in here, you just pull it up and your butterfly folds in, and voila. Isn't that cool? I just think it's so cool. Look at that. It's floating in the air. And then you type your sentiment right there. And then to close it back, you just fold your butterfly wings together. Now, I did use the butterfly framelits and the bold butterflies, and I think those are the ones that are retiring. But you can also with the dragonfly. So the dragonfly will work just as well. So I'm going to use it with the butterfly, and I'm going to show you how to do this. It's really simple. I went ahead and pre-cut everything. I didn't want to hold you up with do this with the dragonfly set. Oh, hang on a minute. Now I got my volume on here. This is not good. Hang on. I don't want to hear that. Okay. I had to mute my tablet. So anyways, so I'm going to show you how we're going to make this card, and it's so cute, and I just think people would love receiving this card. Now I'm going to put this off to the side. What I'm going to do though, because of the paper, I'm going to open this way instead of like a book this way. Okay, so we're going to do it like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to attach, this is the back side of that paper that I was talking about. I don't particularly care for that, but a lot of people do. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the card stock to the front of the card. Now, some of the items that I'm using may be retired, but we are going to use the window word punch, and I'm just using the old version. That one is still available. Okay, so we've attached this on the front of our card. Now, what we want to do, give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out why. Oh, I don't want to see that. Okay, now we're going to take our window punch, and this is what we're going to use to cut our slot for the butterfly. So bear with me because I have to do this my direction. So just push your punch in all the way, and I would probably bring it up about maybe a 1/4 inch or so from the bottom, and you just want to punch it. And it's going to be a little bit hard because you've got the two pieces. And then I'm going to move it up another, maybe a 1/3 of the way, because I want to get my slot to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so you're going to punch it that way. And now we have our slot for our butterfly. All right, so I'm going to put that there. Let me move my pieces out of the way. All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to leave this open. I've cut out 2 of the bold butterflies, the large ones. You can see that. Okay, and then I've cut out a small butterfly in vellum cardstock, so if you can see that. And then I've cut out one that has all of the different pieces with the butterfly set. And this one, you'll have to pokey out all the stuff with your pokey tool or use your brush. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fold these butterflies in half. So bear with me just a second. I'm going to fold these in half. Let me get my bone folder. All right, so we're going to put these in half. All right, now what we're going to do, hang on a minute, I got to get them even. So you want to try to get them as even as possible. And this is how this thing is going to work. All right, we're going to attach these guys together. So I'm going to turn this around so that I can work on my card, okay? So I'm going to put these, I want to make sure that I've got them, which should work. I'm going to place them right about in this area. So I am going to attach my butterflies. I'm going to flip them over and put it off to the side for a minute. And I'm going to attach some adhesive, just enough to hold the bottoms together until I get them on the cardstock. And then I'm going to put some on the bottom wings, okay? So we want to try to keep these together so we can attach them. All right, so again, bear with me if my head's in the way. So I'm going to put my finger there so I have an idea where I want my butterfly to go. So probably right about there. So you're going to lay them down flat. All right, so you've got, and I put glue on the bottom, just the bottom one. See how this one pulls up? Now, I've got this one a little bit off the card, so I'm just going to pull him up a little bit if I can. If not, I may just trim his wing a little bit. I don't think anybody's going to notice it. Actually, I think I'm going to, we'll just leave it. I'll trim the wing. Okay, so again, I've put these two side by side and glued the bottom one down on the cardstock, okay? Now, the next thing we want to do is we're going to attach our piece that we've cut out. So you can do this with glue dots, the fine tip glue pen, or your white glue. Sorry, I didn't have it with me. I'm just going to use the Tombow glue, and I'm just going to put a few, woo, got too much there. I was just getting ready to say, don't put too much glue on there because it ooze out. So I'm just going to put a few little dots here, and I should be using my little mat. Your craft mat helps because it doesn't get your glue all over everywhere. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here just to get enough to get it so you'll see how this works. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and attach this on top of here. And you want to get him on there. Bear with me if my head's in the way. All right, so we're going to lay him down. Make sure he's over on your butterfly. So we're laying them down. And the Tombow glue is good because you can actually move it. And it just takes a few minutes for it to sit. And if you didn't get any glue, then you can just pop a little bit on one of the ends so that it will hold this down, because you want this to stay on top of your, don't want this to come off your butterfly. So let me just hold that for 1 second so that side attaches. It's a really easy card. It looks like it's a lot harder than it is, but it's pretty easy. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our vellum little butterfly, and we're going to use 2 glue dots, and I'm going to attach him to the top. So I'm just going to put a glue dot towards the front of his head. Actually, I think I'm just going to do 1 because it's really small. So we're going to attach him somewhere like that, okay? Now, we don't want our glue dot to show, and I apologize if this is upside down, but I'm trying to work so I can see what I'm doing here. So what we're going to do to color our, or to cover our glue dot, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to add a couple of pearls. So I'm just going to pull a strip of the pearls off that we have, and I'm just going to lay those right on top, and then what that does is that hides that glue dot. So see, it's coming together. And then we just want to fold this up. Again, that one's attached. So we just want to bend it up a little bit just so our wings will fold. Okay? You with me? All right. So we're moving right along. Now, in this case, since I'm doing it a different way, I'm going to, let me get my punch out of the way. I'm going to take my powder pink ribbon, and I'm just going to wrap it around the top of it and tie it into a knot. So one thing that you might want to know, if you don't, is to determine how much ribbon you need. If you're going to tie a knot, you want to measure your width 3 times. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and then cut. I usually cut a little bit extra. And if you want to tie a bow, then you'll do four lengths of your width. Okay, does that make sense? So I'm gonna pull him in, and I'm gonna tie a bow real quick, and then we'll finish up the card. So this is a little bit different because I'm doing it this direction instead of the other. I am a little bit thumbs. I don't know if y'all are like this, but I kind of do. When I try to tie knots and stuff, I really become like thumbs. But the nice thing about this is that once you get it on here, you can adjust it. So you always want to pull your left side, so you try to get that square knot. Hopefully it's not, all right, and it's a little twisted here, but that's all right. Let me get my ribbon scissors. Well, I won't get my ribbon scissors because I moved them. I was trying to clean my room yesterday. My craft room looks like somebody has set off a bomb. So I'm just going to trim it with my regular snips. All right, so there's our bow. So it's slowly coming together. And this I'm not attaching down because it's just so it can slide a little bit. That's fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp my sentiment on. I'm going to make a little tag. We'll get to that in just a second. So the berry burst, which coordinates. And I'm just going to stamp your thoughtfulness brighten my day. And I'm just going to stamp that on there. And then I'm going to cut off a little bit of this, and then I'm going to make a tail. And you just cut up by the center and just kind of snip it. In this case, I'm going to just put a glue dot on the top of my sentiment and on the bottom. And the reason I'm putting it on the top is I'm going to stick it, whoops, let me get my little glue dot on there. Don't want to come off. What's up with you? Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to get him on the top. Get my fingers out of the way. And we're just going to attach that right under so it attaches to the bow. And then you can play with that to get it how it looks, okay? Then you can stamp your sentiment on the inside and close your butterfly, and there you go. There's your card. Isn't that quick and easy? And I'm going to trim that off. So just remember, when you push this on here, if you're using these larger butterflies, you want to make sure you leave enough room so his wing doesn't show off. I'll just trim that off and no one will know the difference. So there you go. And you can adjust this. I probably should have done Melon Mambo instead of the Berry Burst. It's a little bit darker to go with this pink. So then when the person receives it, they just pull the card up butterfly stays flat, and then you can put your image up here. You can also center the butterfly if you want it centered in the middle of the card, which probably would have looked nicer. So you could actually punch. Well, you might not be able to do that because your punch isn't going to go that far, but anyways, you get the gist of it. So you could put your sentiment up here, or you could put a little message down there. So isn't that cute? I just love this card, and I think using, and then close it, you just put your butterfly back in there. There you go. Quick and easy card. I hope y'all have enjoyed that. And I think if you have a set, then you may want to try it with the dragonfly and just do the same thing. Cut your dragonfly out and then glue him together and then put one on top. So that holds it down on the card. But I just thought this was a cute and quick way that you can make a really nice card that someone's really going to appreciate, and it worked and you really didn't. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I know this was a quick video, but everybody is busy, and I don't want to hold you up on that as well, as far as your time is valuable, and I'm well aware of that. So here's the card we made today, and then here's the one that I made prior to. So I just have it going in a different direction. Quick and easy. Hope you've enjoyed this. Make sure to leave me a comment and share this video, and I will respond to you later today, and I'll put a grab bag of goodies together for you as well if you share this video. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to try to do this on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, probably around this time. I haven't quite decided if 12 or 1 o'clock works. I'll try to keep that up, so just stay tuned. And I will be gone from May 10th through probably early June. It'll be like the 2nd, I think, of June. So I will not be doing videos because I'll be in another country with a 12-hour time difference. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this card. I know, I'm almost positive these butterflies are either retiring or have retired. I think the bold ones are actually going away this time, this year. Make sure you check out my clearance rack. Go to shallwestamp.com. They've put a lot of stamps and framelits on there, and I think they're about 60% off. And make sure, if you do, to use the hostess code that is on the front page of my blog, and then that will also put you in so that you'll receive some free gifts from me as well. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this card. Thank you so much. The measurements, for those of you that are new to stamping, your cardstock, this particular one is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2, and that allows it to open the long ways like this. We'll open it one more time. Get my hands in there. Okay, and then this particular one is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and it opens like a book. And then use your window punch to punch out your slot for your butterfly, and then, or any other item that you want to look like it's flying. So the dragonflies or whatever. Then just punch out 2 plain, and then whatever color you want, and then just coordinate with your paper. The paper on this one, I did a powdered pink underneath, which is at 4 by 5 1/4, and then the designer paper I did at 3 3/4 by 5. This one I didn't put the powdered pink underneath, and you can see what the difference it does. It just adds a little bit more color. This one looks a little plainer. But anyways, again, I hope you all have enjoyed this, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch my live video, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks again. Enjoy.